Join Todd, Kirsten, Faber, and their trusty dog on a wild and hilarious journey filled with SAT results, park shenanigans, and unexpected twists. Get ready for a roller coaster of laughter and excitement as our quirky characters navigate love, education, and a few squirrels along the way. In a picturesque park, Todd, Kirsten, Faber, and their adorable dog gather to open their SAT results. To their delight, they all pass, but Faber's scores are off the charts, leaving him feeling like a genius among friends. Kirsten excitedly tells Todd that this means they can be together in Boston, and they share a passionate kiss. Poor Faber feels left out and turns to his furry companion, wondering why the dog never returns his calls. Meanwhile, in a classroom with Mr. Mueller, the calculus test results are out, and things take a hilarious turn. Mr. Mueller, in his unique style, ruthlessly disses the students who didn't pass. He compares them to squirrels, claiming even rodents could score higher. While Todd receives a C-, Mr. Mueller threatens him with a meeting after class. Afterward, Mr. Mueller tells Todd that he won't be recommending him for Harvard anymore due to his bad grade. Todd, determined to defend himself, argues that it's just one setback. But Mr. Mueller reminds him of the fierce competition for Harvard admissions. Reluctantly, Todd takes back his form, promising to improve his grades. Distraught by his shattered dreams, Todd sits by the lake, daydreaming about a heavy object hitting Mr. Mueller on the head. Suddenly, Vicky appears, screaming loudly. Todd understands her need to let it all out, as he sometimes does the same. Before he can say a word, she vanishes, leaving him curious. Ever the matchmaker, Todd persuades Faber to talk to the girl he likes at a party. Nervously, Faber approaches the stunning Kim and awkwardly compliments her appearance, but she brushes him off. Unfazed, Faber concludes that whenever he's around girls he likes, he turns into Greg Brady with better hair. Meanwhile, Kirsten takes Todd outside as she feels cold, and they snuggle under a duvet. Love is in the air, but Faber finds himself chased by an affectionate nun who has taken a liking to him. In an amusing encounter, the nun stops Todd's car, ordering him to drive on. On their way, they stumble upon Vicky, stranded with her '66 Corvette Stingray due to car issues. They offer her a ride, and she vents her frustration, scolding Todd for not carrying an extra spare tire. To ease the tension, they stop by a cafe for ice cream. Vicky admits her love for ice cream but confesses she hasn't had it in ages. Curious about Vicky's interests, they learn she studies music and sculpts. She graciously pays for the ice cream, while Todd and Faber offer to cover the tip. Parting ways, Todd asks Vicky if she knows calculus, revealing his desperation to pass the subject. Vicky, with a hint of mystery, confesses that she does and offers to tutor him. Todd's relief is palpable, as he fears his life will be over if he fails calculus. However, their conversation is interrupted when Todd blames a squirrel for swerving the car, causing an amusing commotion. Later, Vicky enters her house, where her husband, Mr. Mueller, awaits. Curious about her whereabouts, he questions her, unknowingly creating a tangled web of relationships. Meanwhile, Todd tells Faber excitedly that Vicky called him. Kirsten also apologizes to Todd for overreacting and asks for more time to be ready. A knock at Mr. Mueller's home surprises him, as a stunning woman introduces herself as Todd's tutor. Intrigued, Mr. Mueller invites his wife, Elaine, to witness Todd's tutor's beauty. Elaine playfully asks if he finds her attractive, to which he responds with a firm no. However, Mr. Mueller decides to test Vicky's knowledge by posing a calculus question, and to his astonishment, she answers correctly. Deeply impressed, Mr. Mueller leaves the house with Elaine, while Elaine admits she expected someone more matured. In the meantime, Todd and Vicky bond during their tutoring sessions, discussing their interests. Todd reveals his passion for drawing comics for the school paper, receiving Vicky's genuine admiration. Vicky mentions she has to leave but suggests Todd give her a call once he finishes the next chapter. Todd's academic journey takes a turn for the better as Mr. Mueller hands back the calculus test, noting his improvement with a B+. Excitedly, Todd calls Vicky to share the good news and proposes meeting up that night. Kirsten also meets Todd, impressed by his test results, and acknowledges the effectiveness of his tutor. Eager to impress Vicky, Todd spends his time drawing her, capturing her beauty on paper. When Vicky arrives, she discovers his art and is genuinely touched. Todd presents her with a drawing he knows she will love. Meanwhile, Kirsten hangs out with Faber at the diner, unaware of Todd's intentions. Todd asks Vicky for a ride to the diner, and during the car ride, he notices her art in the car and expresses his desire to see more of her work. Arriving at the diner, Faber introduces Vicky to Kirsten as Todd's tutor, triggering Kirsten's anger as Todd had claimed his tutor wasn't attractive. Feeling betrayed, Kirsten storms off. With his Harvard interview approaching, Todd and his father practice for the big day. When asked about his passions, Todd jokingly mentions his love for a woman's oranges, causing his father to raise an eyebrow. Quick to rectify his statement, Todd reveals his true passion for drawing. Mr. Mueller asks Todd to watch his car outside, unaware that the car belongs to his wife. As Todd steps outside, he is shocked to see the '66 Corvette Stingray and realizes it belongs to Miss Mueller, Vicky's husband. Faber informs Todd that he won't be getting a Harvard recommendation now. Todd musters the courage to confront Vicky, questioning why she didn't disclose her relationship with Mr. Mueller. In a tense moment, Mr. Mueller arrives home, and Todd hastily hides. However, he soon decides to face the situation head-on and emerges from his hiding spot. Mr. Mueller asks Vicky for her typewriter, intending to write a Harvard recommendation for Todd. Observing Todd's worried expression, Mr. Mueller assures him not to stress about the interview. Todd then confesses that his biggest worry is having eaten the metaphorical berries of someone else's wife and fears the consequences. Surprisingly, Mr. Mueller admits finding Todd's drawing at his house and reveals he knows about Vicky tutoring him. Todd confronts Mr. Mueller about his harsh treatment of students and mentions that Vicky has taught him valuable life lessons. Mr. Mueller, unimpressed, declares that he wouldn't take life lessons from her. The tension reaches its peak as Mr. Mueller asks Todd if he slept with his wife, to which Todd admits, sparking Mr. Mueller's fury. In a fit of rage, Mr. Mueller confronts his wife for betraying him with Todd, throwing a tantrum. Todd seizes the opportunity to escape and rushes out of the house. Back home, Todd shares his decision not to pursue Harvard with his parents. Instead, he reveals his newfound passion for art and expresses his desire to apply to an art school. To his surprise, his father agrees with his choice. At the diner, Todd reunites with Kirsten and Faber, where they discuss their future plans. They reflect on their college adventure and realize that success and fulfillment come from following their true passions rather than conforming to societal expectations. And so, Todd's journey takes a different path, one that leads him towards a career in art, fueled by his newfound love for drawing and supported by the people who truly understand and care about him. The college adventure may not have been what Todd initially expected, but in the end, he found his own path to success and happiness. Remember, life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and it's up to us to embrace them and make the most of every adventure that comes our way. Like, share, and subscribe our channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.